Fritzi Kromp, unter der Woche aus dem Pokal ausgeschieden mit einem 0:1 in Essen. Wie hat die Mannschaft diese Niederlage verdaut?
Ja, ich denke ganz gut. Wir haben es versucht kurz aufzuarbeiten. Es ging ja relativ schnell weiter. Und manchmal ist es ganz gut so. Und ich glaube, in unserem Fall ist es heute ganz gut so, dass wir heute wieder sofort schnell ran dürfen nach 2 Tagen. Wir sind zum Glück zu Hause, waren jetzt einfach alle mal zu Hause und konnten die Akkus auch wieder ein bisschen laden und sind heute wieder auf unserem Platz 11 hier bisher ungeschlagen und die Serie wollen wir halten. Und das gilt es heute in Energie umzuwandeln und alles reinzugeben, was in den Tanks ist.
Ist es in dem Fall vielleicht auch ganz dankbar, dass Frankfurt auch unter der Woche ran musste und auch ausgeschieden ist?
Ja, man will sich bei sowas eigentlich nicht so sehr mit dem Gegner befassen. Letztlich muss ich sagen, ist der Spielplan so, wie er ist. Man kann ihn nicht ändern. Natürlich waren wir nicht ganz so glücklich über die letzten Monate. Wir haben bisher 4-mal Fußball gespielt in dem Kalenderjahr und das war jetzt alles nicht so ganz optimal. Jetzt geht es innerhalb von 2 Tagen in 2 so wichtigen Spielen zur Sache, aber ist so, das muss man annehmen. Für den Gegner ist genau die gleiche Situation. Sie waren jetzt 2-mal auswärts, ist sicher nochmal ein bisschen schwieriger. Deswegen muss es jeder so nehmen, wie es ist und das Beste draus machen.
Auf was kommt es denn heute genau an gegen diese relativ formstarke Mannschaft?
Genau, für uns wird es darauf ankommen, schnell in unser Spiel wiederzukommen und auch sich in so eine Art Flow wieder reinzubringen. Und das ist durchaus möglich heute. Deswegen haben wir, glaube ich, einen ganz guten Matchplan gewählt und sind guter Dinge, dass wir das schaffen können. Wohl wissen, dass es natürlich eine starke Mannschaft ist, die heute hier Punkte aus Bremen mitnehmen möchte, die auch zuletzt in der Liga auch sehr stark aufgetreten sind, die gut Fußball spielen können, die viele tolle Spielerinnen in ihren Reihen haben. Aber man muss ihnen versuchen, diesen Spaß am Fußball zu nehmen und das werden wir und auch natürlich eigene Akzente setzen im Ballbesitz, im Umschaltspiel. Darauf wird es heute ankommen und dann ist durchaus was möglich heute.
Ja, zunächst einmal war es natürlich sehr enttäuschend nach dem Abpfiff und auch noch am nächsten Morgen, als wir in Wolfsburg nochmal aufgewacht sind und uns da zusammen getan haben, war es natürlich erstmal enttäuschend, weil wir nicht weitergekommen sind, aber ich glaube, jeder, der das Spiel gesehen hat, kann es auch ganz gut einordnen, dass wir eigentlich super im Spiel waren und über 90 Minuten die etwas bessere Mannschaft waren, aber am Ende konnten wir uns nichts davon kaufen. Und dann war es unheimlich wichtig, dass wir auch gesagt haben, sobald wir Bremer Boden betreten, und es war halt dann am Donnerstagnachmittag, geht wieder der Fokus auf das nächste Spiel und das ist glücklicherweise sehr, sehr schnell heute. Und wir wollen heute wieder unsere Leistung abrufen und dann am Ende ein besseres Ergebnis erzielen, logischerweise.
Die Eintracht ist seit 6 Spielen in der Frauen-Bundesliga ungeschlagen, hat jetzt 3 Siege in Folge geholt. Warum gibt es heute Nummer 4?
Ja, wir wollen natürlich Nummer 4 holen in Folge. Wir wissen, dass Bremen auch gerade zu Hause unheimlich heimstark ist. Es ist immer schwer hier zu spielen. Ich war jetzt noch nicht auf dem Platz, aber der wird mit Sicherheit jetzt aufgrund des Wetters nicht top sein. Trotzdem, ich glaube, dass wir einfach im neuen Jahr an unseren Leistungen jetzt immer weiter gereift sind, gewachsen sind, immer stabiler geworden sind, immer besser geworden sind. Und das macht natürlich Mut, hier ein gutes Spiel zu zeigen und im Idealfall die 3 Punkte mitzunehmen. Und das macht uns eigentlich optimistisch, aber nichtsdestotrotz musst du heute wieder bereit sein, sehr viel zu investieren, weil es auch ein ekliges Spiel werden kann.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're at the Wessel Stadion Platz 11 for this afternoon's clash in the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga as Werder Bremen host Eintracht Frankfurt in a contest that could have real significance at the top end of the table. Both sides arrive here licking their wounds after disappointing exits in the quarter-finals of the DFB Pokal Cup during the week, so today provides an immediate opportunity to reset and refocus on league matters. Only 4 points separate the 2 teams coming into this one. Eintracht head into this matchday 20 clash in 3rd place with 33 points. Bremen occupies 6th place with 29 points and a game in hand, but they come into this one having recorded only 1 win from their previous 6 games in all competitions. It goes without saying that the Eagles, who are unbeaten in 6 league matches, want to continue that good form and maintain their position in the table, but a win for Bremen today will see them close the gap on Frankfurt to just 1 point. So, the stage is set on the banks of the River Weser. Bremen desperate to halt their slide. Frankfurt looking to build on their recent consistency. And with such little separating the two sides in the table, this promises to be a fascinating afternoon in the Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga. Frankfurt actually come into this one with a decent record against Werder. The head-to-head record is very much in Frankfurt's favour, with 9 wins from 11 meetings since Bremen's return to the top flight in 2020. Eintracht have also kept clean sheets in 6 of those and have not conceded more than 1 goal. The previous encounter this season, last October, ended in a 2-0 win at home for the Eagles, with Rebecca Blomqvist and Nicole Agnomi on the score sheet. So we shall confirm the team news for you very shortly on what looks like a damp and dreary afternoon by the river. As we know, Eintracht Frankfurt carry one of the great histories in Europe's women's football. The club that was once 1 FFC Frankfurt have won multiple league titles and 4 Champions Leagues, and have firmly established themselves as part of the chasing pack behind the traditional giants of Bayern Munich and Wolfsburg in the Frauen Bundesliga. Larissa Mulhouse, who was hugely disappointed after getting knocked out of the DFB Pokal Cup in midweek, she said after the game that they just couldn't get going, that they didn't create enough chances and needed to do much more in the final third. She was also extremely disappointed in the manner that they lost the only goal of the game to Essen's Ella Kwan with a sensational strike. So let's confirm the team news for you. For Werder Bremen, head coach Fritzi Kromp is without her captain today. Lena Hausicki is suspended. So it's just the 2 changes to the side that lost to Essen in midweek. Sarah Gutmann replaces Hausicki, and Verena Weider replaces Medina Desic, who drops down to the bench. Expect the normal 4-2-3-1 formation for Fritzi Kromp. Your referee for today's game is Nadine Westerhof, assisted by Martinez König and Antonia Tucholsky. For Frankfurt, head coach Nico Arnautis, he makes 4 changes to the side that lost 1-0 to Wolfsburg in the Cup. Pia Sofia Volter, she returns to face her former club. Swedish international Rebecca Blomqvist returns to the starting 11, as does Jelle Veit, who made her debut for Germany last week. And Belgium international Jarna Tulings, she also starts today in what will be a 4-1-3-2 formation. Martina Ustenstadt, Nadine Rielsen, Elisa Zentz and Geraldine Reutiger, they all drop down to the bench. So we're just about ready here in Bremen. This one brings together 2 clubs at different stages of their journeys. Eintracht Frankfurt with their rich European history, and Werder Bremen, a club who continue to build its place among the Bundesliga elite. It's 7th against 3rd. Werder Bremen are currently unbeaten at home, and they'll hope to continue that trend today. The league table as it stands does make for interesting reading, as Bremen do have games in hand over their closest rivals. Freiburg actually went above them last night after a 2-1 win against Nuremberg. But those 2 sides can swap places with a win for Bremen today. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, with a win today for Bremen, they could go level on points with Hoffenheim in 4th place, jumping above both Freiburg and Bayer Leverkusen. Hoffenheim host SGS Essen tomorrow with a noon kickoff. Leverkusen face a tricky away game against 2nd place Wolfsburg in the final game of the day tomorrow afternoon. So plenty riding on the game here today. There was some unfortunate news for Werder Bremen just ahead of this game, that their striker, Israeli striker Sharon Beck, she's going to be unavailable for the rest of the season, as further examinations of her knee injury have revealed that the striker will require another cruciate ligament operation. She's already been out for a number of weeks, and of course we wish her all the very best in her recovery. So Bremen, early touches of the football, but that one has gone out for a throw-in to Frankfurt. With a very healthy crowd inside the Weser Stadion. Beautiful setting by the river. So Frankfurt with the throw-in just inside, but they've decided to give that one back to the home side. And Moelia El Sharif will get an early touch of the ball. 21-year-old goalkeeper from Austria, who represents the Austrian under-20 international team. She's kept 5 clean sheets so far this season, but she could do absolutely nothing about Ella Tuan's significant strike in the DFB Pokal Cup in midweek for Essen. But that one's been put into touch, and that'll be a throw-in to Frankfurt, just down here in front of the cameras. Fritzikamp, the former German youth coach and TV analyst who took charge of the club in July 2025. Just quickly made Bremen one of the league's most energetic sides. Here's Bremen, making tracks down the right-hand side. That's a good ball into the 18-yard box. But Lena Altenberg, the Frankfurt goalkeeper, is aware of the danger. Fritzikamp actually said ahead of this game that we see this game as an opportunity to show a reaction to the match in Essen. Therefore, we're approaching it with motivation and a solid game plan. Here's Bremen, again, down the right-hand side. Here's Weiss. She's got room to cross the ball. Again, it's a good ball into the box! What an opportunity right within the first 2 minutes. And a fantastic save by Lena Altenberg. Verena Weider with the opportunity with her right foot. And she'll be extremely disappointed that she didn't take that opportunity within the first couple of minutes. Excellent ball into the box. And she didn't quite catch it right, did she? And Lena Altenberg sticks out a foot and clears the danger. Good start for Bremen. Here's Veit, going square. Veit again. Going back to Altenberg. Here's Lursen. But that one's been cut out by Michelle Weiss, and that'll be a throw-in to Frankfurt. Halfway through Bremen's half. And Frankfurt will just need to settle after that early fright within the first opening minutes of the game. Here's Gröver. And Yomi playing it out to the right-hand side. But that one's got too much purpose on it, and that'll go all the way through for a goal kick to the home side. Volta with the pass, but just too much weight on it. But the idea was a good one. Here's Lara Schmidt over the goal kick, taking it short to El Sharif. Frankfurt quite happy just to sit off for just now and allow El Sharif to make the pass. Here's Ulbrich playing the ball out to Weiss. She's got options further forward of her. Plenty of room in the middle of the park there for Alba. But that one's been cut out by Lursen. Weiss with a throw-in. She's unable to control that, and that'll go out for another throw-in, this time to Frankfurt. Volta with a throw-in. And that one's been flicked on, and here's Freigein. But Gutmann, who comes into the side today in place of Hosicki, she's able to clear. She's taken a knock there, but I'm sure she'll be fine. So throw-in to Frankfurt. Lewson will get that one back. She's got time to cross. Not many options inside the box for her though. Here's Grava. Frankfurt looking to make purpose down the right hand side. Here's Anyomi. It's a nice touch to Grave. She comes in field just on the edge of the 18-yard box. She has a pop at goal, and unfortunately that effort goes well over the bar, and that'll be a goal kick to Werder Bremen. Blomqvist with the effort. She'll be slightly disappointed with that one on her left foot. As you would expect, a very healthy crowd inside the Vasa Stadion. Beautiful setting just beside the river. So here's El Sharif. Taking her time with the options to pass. She comes out to the left-hand side. To De Angelo. She comes back to Schmidt. Here's El Sharif again. Ulbrich making herself available, but she decides to go out to De Angelo. De Angelo looking to get forward. That's a decent ball inside. Here's Alba trying to get there, but that one's been closed down. Good turn of pace from Sternard. 22-year-old winger. Featured for Slovenia in the recent internationals. That's well defended by Frankfurt. And they're able to get the ball forward to Blomqvist. That one will go out for a throw-in to Frankfurt. Blomqvist back in the side today. 28-year-old winger who started 11 from 14 games now. She's been on the score sheet 7 times this season. Swedish international. So here's Volta, returning to her former club. She played 73 games for Bremen between 2014 and 2018, so she'll know all about the home side today. Here she is, getting it back from Anyomi. She comes in field to Gavi. Here's Anyomi again. That's a good ball in field. And they're looking to switch here, Frankfurt. Unfortunately, that one hits the referee, and we'll start again with a drop ball. Nothing our referee could do about that one. Nadine Vesterhoff. Frankfurt in a promising position here, just outside the 18-yard box. And out to Nemeti with it, and she decides to go back. Frankfurt out to the left-hand side, but that one's been taken care of by Michelle Weiss. So Frankfurt starting again, deep inside their own half. Grava and Lubin exchanging passes. Here's Lewson, but that one's been cut out. And the ball ends up all the way back at the feet of Bremen's goalkeeper, Mariella El Sharif, who likes to take her time when she comes to playing the ball out from inside her 18-yard box. Here's Weiss. It's a good touch. Now looking for options and runners, but that one's a little bit loose. That one's played in field. And that's a good ball over the top. That, unfortunately, she's got a little bit too much pace on it, and that one will go out for a goal kick to the home side. Again, Blomqvist making herself available, but not enough pace to be able to keep that one in play. And El Sharif will start again for the home side. This time she's got plenty of room to move forward if she wants to. Take her time to pick out the options. She comes out to De Angelo. Now Sharif gets it back. Just coming up to the 10-minute mark. Still goalless here in Bremen. But that's a loose one from El Sharif, and that one's picked up from Anyomi. She comes in field, and that's a good ball out to the left-hand side. Lewson Here she is again. This time looking to get forward. That's an unfortunate slip by Mehmeti, and unfortunately that one comes to nothing. Bremen go long, but there's no runners, no options for Bremen in the final third. And Frankfurt will take the ball, take control of it, and start again deep inside their own half. Sarah Durson. She's got options down here on the left-hand side if she looks over this way. Here she is again. Have to be careful here. That's excellent composure in the middle of the park. Fantastic play from Jeleveit. But that one's been stolen by Bremen. Now here's a chance for Sternard to get forward. No options in the box at the moment. And that one should go out for a Frankfurt throw. Let's see. Yeah, it is. That one comes off the foot of Maya Sternard. She didn't look too impressed with that decision, but it was the correct decision. So Frankfurt seeing plenty of room and time on the ball. Here's Lucen again. That's a good ball forward to Anyomi. But again, there's too much purpose on that pass, and that one will go all the way through to El Sharif. Plenty of players forward for Anyomi, but again, she's just put too much pace on the ball. Here's Ulbrich for Werder Bremen. Exchanging passes with the goalkeeper, El Sharif. She comes out to the left-hand side to D'Angelo. El Sharif once again, just inside the D, but that's a loose one to Anyomi. Here's an opportunity, and could this be the opening goal? She seemed to dilly and dally on the ball, and here's an opportunity, and it goes over the bar. So two opportunities there for Frankfurt to take the lead, and unfortunately they made a complete mess of it. Ereletta Mehmeti firing it over the bar after a terrible pass outfield from El Sharif. Lara Freigang was unable to do anything with it. She brought Mehmeti into play, and she fires high over the bar. Freigang will be extremely disappointed she wasn't able to get the ball out from underneath her feet. And that's an opportunity spurned for the Eagles. Here's El Sharif. This time, no doubt, she's going to be an awful lot more careful with her pass. And she is. She finds Michelle Weiss down here on the right-hand side. And that'll be a throw-in to the home side. Mehmeti with the interception. There seemed to be looking at that replay again, there is an argument that El Sharif actually brought down the player inside the box, but the referee decided to play on, and nothing was given. Werder Bremen might feel slightly fortunate about that decision. But here they are, down the left-hand side, and that's well defended from Michelle Ulbrich. So take a closer look. Here's Anyomi. She plays the ball inside to Lara Freigang. Did she get a touch in the ball? I don't think she did, you know. It clearly brings down Freigang, but nothing given. Here's another chance for Frankfurt, but that one's been given as offside. Just coming up to a quarter of an hour played. Both sides now with decent opportunities in the first quarter of the game. Bremen actually were guilty on Wednesday night against Essen in the DFB Pokal Cup of dominating possession, particularly in the first half, but not doing enough in front of goal. Apart from Verena Weider's header, which hit the bar deep into injury time at the end of the game. That was only really their significant effort on goal. Having gone a goal down, there was a sense that Bremen were always chasing the game, and no doubt Fritzi Kromp will be looking for significant improvements today. And that one's been robbed. And here's Sternard. She does well to get the ball forward, and here'll be an effort on goal. but that one's easily claimed by Lena Altenberg in the Frankfurt goal. There's Alba with a shot. Mara Alba, the 20-year-old winger, registering an effort on target, but very comfortable for Eintracht's Lena Altenberg in goal. Mara Alba, who worked tirelessly against Essen. Here's Anyomi. But that's really well defended once again by Bremen. That's an excellent flick forward, and here's an opportunity to get forward, but unfortunately that's a poor pass by Alba, but they retain possession. That one's gone long, and once again the offside flag has gone up. So Frankfurt with a free kick deep inside their own half. Here's Grave. It's a good ball forward, excellent vision. Here's Mehmeti playing it out left to Lursen. She gets the ball into the box, but that one's been well defended. Here's the Angelo for Bremen. She comes in field to Juliana Wirtz. Here's Alba with an opportunity to run. She gets her head up. She's got options on the left-hand side. And the referee waves play on. Alba looking for the foul, but nothing given. And that's broken nicely for Freigang. She comes out to Blomqvist. Here's Mehmeti. She's slightly unfortunate with the pass inside the 18-yard box, and El Sharif will easily claim that one. Frankfurt, led by long-serving coach Nico Anautis. Frankfurt native, actually, who has guided the club through its modern era. And he's well and truly established them as one of the Bundesliga's strongest sides. Anautis has now overseen well over 200 competitive games for the Eagles. And they're making tracks here just outside Werder Bremen. Here's an opportunity again for Lara Freigang. She toe pokes it forward, but again, Mariella El Sharif is on hand to save. So Freigang now with a couple of opportunities for the away side. Sharif once again with a very loose ball out of her own 18-yard box. That's good one-touch football from Frankfurt. Here's Jelle Veit playing the ball out to the left-hand side. Here's Lursen. Veit again. She comes out to Dorsen. Grave. Dorsen again. This time she just places the ball nicely into the channel for Anyomi to chase, but that one's been comfortably taken care of by Sarah Gutmann. There was the chance again for Lara Freigang. She's just stabbed it towards the goal, but that one's easily gathered by El Sharif. A couple of opportunities now for Lara Freigang. That's an effort that unfortunately has gone way over the bar, and that'll go out for a goal kick to Bremen. Asana Grave with the effort, but she'll be extremely disappointed she didn't get a body over that one. Only one goal so far this season, the German under-23 international. Made her debut for the club at the beginning of March. So here's El Sharif with the ball inside her 18-yard box. Just coming up to 20 minutes played, still looking for the first goal. It's well played by Wirtz. Here's Schmidt to D'Angelo. Little nutmeg in there, but she's been robbed of the ball inside her own half. Grave with a loose pass, and that one's gone out for a throw-in to Werder Bremen. Beg your pardon, the pass from Schulings. spirits the home fans, hoping that their team can get a decent win today, which will put them in a significantly strong position in the Bundesliga, with a game in hand as well, but it's currently goalless here. Fritzi Kropp also has a personal connection to Frankfurt, who she previously worked within the Eintracht Frankfurt youth system between July 2023 and July 2025 before taking charge of Werder Bremen. Here's Grava. It's a good ball forward to Mehmeti. But that one's been taken care of by Juliana Wirtz. And that'll go out for a throw-in to the Eagles, just in front of our cameras, down here, halfway through Bremen's half. Referee's wave play on there. Here's Anyomi. It's a good touch, and that'll definitely be a foul. Excellent position here for Frankfurt to try and make something of the set piece. Inside the D, about 20 yards from goal. Nicole Anyomi, 26-year-old striker. Lovely touch with the right foot to make room for herself, but then unceremoniously brought down by Gutmann. Leading goal scorer for Frankfurt, Anyomi, with 9 goals so far this season. Played 69 minutes for Germany against Norway last week in their 4-0 win. So the international caps are starting to mount up as well for the 26-year-old. But here's a good opportunity for Frankfurt to try and make something of a set piece in a very dangerous area, very central. And let's see who's going to be over this one. Anyomi's over it, as is Mehmeti. And it will be Anyomi, and that's an absolutely magnificent free kick. Straight into the top corner. El Sharif got a hand onto it, but she wasn't able to stop the power of the shot. That's a superb goal. It's the opening goal. It's 22 minutes gone, and it's Bremen 0, Frankfurt 1. Watch again. She just dinks it over the wall into the top left-hand corner, the top right for El Sharif. She got a hand on it, but she was unable to keep it out. And that's her 10th goal of the season for Nicole Anyomi. And Frankfurt take a priceless lead here in Bremen with 23 minutes gone on the clock. He was looking for the perfect response after going out of the cup in midweek. He was extremely disappointed despite a good showing against Wolfsburg. And Frankfurt are up and running here in Bremen, just to confirm Nicole Anyomi's 10th goal of the season. And one to remember as well. Textbook free kick, straight into the top corner. Beautifully done. So Bremen now need to reset, just keep their composure about them and see if they can find a way back into this game. Plenty to play for the green and whites. It's all about the response now. Here's Mulhouse. It's an excellent ball into the box, and it's Schmidt with the opportunity. And unfortunately, she couldn't get any purpose. It was almost like she just didn't quite know what to take it on, a volley or take a touch. In the end, she didn't do either. And Lena Altenberg in the Frankfurt goal was extremely grateful to just be able to catch the ball quite comfortably. So watch again, excellent delivery from Mulhouse, as you would expect. And she just tried to cushion it with maybe a touch or even a first-time volley might have been the better option. So the score remains Bremen 0, Frankfurt 1. But no doubt they'll take encouragement from the opening. Nemeti with the clearance. Picked up by Lara Frangang. This is good stuff from Eintracht Frankfurt. That one's just a little bit behind Anyomi. but she wins it back. If she gets her head up, she's got players running here inside the box, and that's an absolutely brilliant finish to make it 2-0 to Eintracht Frankfurt. 2 goals in 2 minutes. An absolutely superb finish from Rebecca Blomqvist, the 28-year-old Swedish international who needed no second invitation to get her head up, take a shot at goal, and she fires it into the bottom left-hand corner. Asking for the ball, she knew exactly what she wanted to do, and El Sharif with absolutely no chance with that one. Juliana Wirtz for Werder Bremen will be extremely disappointed giving the ball away in such a dangerous area. But El Sharif could do absolutely nothing about that. And Frankfurt now 2 goals to the good, 26 minutes played. That's her 8th goal of the season for Rebecca Blomqvist. She actually scored for... She played for Sweden in midweek. 44 caps for Sweden, and showing all her experience to keep her composure and fire the ball into the back of the net. An absolutely brilliant finish. A textbook finish as well. For any youngsters watching, all professional coaches will ask you to shoot across the goalkeeper because it makes it extremely difficult for them to get down. She did exactly that. So Bremen now with a mountain to climb. 27 minutes played. You can quite clearly see Werder 0, Gast 2. Or if you're watching in English, Guest 2. Steinhardt unable to do anything with that one. That one will go out for a throw-in to Frankfurt. Inside their own half. Here's Blomqvist, the goalkeeper, the goal scorer. That one plays forward for Anyomi to chase, and she'll get there. Mehmeti's making tracks into the 18-yard box, as was Freigang. Anyomi does well to win the corner kick. It's our first corner of the game for Frankfurt. 27 minutes gone. Plenty for Fritzi Kromp to think about now, particularly with half-time just 15 minutes away. The last thing they want to do now is concede another before the break, because that really will make the task extremely difficult for Werder Bremen. So let's see what Frankfurt can do with their first corner kick of the game. It's going to be an in-swinger. It's gone right on top of El Sharif, who decides to punch. Here's Anyomi, faced by Ulbrich. And what's our referee done here? So just checking Anyomi's okay, because I think she got the ball off the face there. So just checking, because it's a mandatory head check. She's absolutely fine. Our opening goal scorer. So Bremen with the throw-in. One's loose. That's an excellent 1-2 just inside the 18-yard box, but Ulbrich will take care of that one. Lara Freigang, as normal, making herself busy. Making herself a real nuisance just in front of the Werder Bremen back line. So here's El Sharif with the ball at her feet inside her own 18-yard box, and once again Eintracht Frankfurt taking the option of just allowing her time and space to play the ball out to Ulbrich. She's got Weiss in front of her. She comes down the channel. Here's Mulhouse, who's been quiet in the game so far. And unfortunately, that's not much to do about anything, that one. Extremely disappointing from Larissa Mulhouse, who recently made her German international, the first Werder Bremen player to be capped by her country. So 15 minutes to go to the half. Frankfurt 2 goals to the good with the throw-in. Halfway through Bremen's half, over on the right-hand side, just in front of the dugouts. Here's Pia Sofia Volta with the throw-in to Freigang. She gets it back. Here's Freigang again. She comes in field to Mehmeti. D'Angelo is there to clear the danger for Werder Bremen, and that one once again goes out for a throw-in to Eintracht Frankfurt, halfway through Werder Bremen's half. That one's cleared again into touch. Will it go into touch? No, that should easily be taken care of. And the ball goes all the way back to Lena Altenberg in the Frankfurt goal. She needs to be careful here. She just comes out to the left-hand side. Nina Lursen. Closed down very quickly by two Werder Bremen players. Mulhouse showing good strength. Plays the ball in field to Alba. Unfortunately, that one's been cut out by Grava. Here's Anyomi. It's good football from Eintracht Frankfurt. Staying very composed on the ball. So you can see at the moment that Frankfurt are dominating possession by 59% to 41%. Also with a higher passes completed rate, 80 to 76. But it's the one right at the top that matters, the one in black and white. Bremen 0, Frankfurt 2. Here's Ulbrich getting forward. That's a good ball into space for Weiss. She gets her head up, she can cross it first time, she does. That one's been cut out by Mehmeti, and that'll go out for a corner kick to Werder Bremen. It's Werder Bremen's first corner kick of the game. So we've got a problem here for D'Angelo. Doesn't look too comfortable. So she just took a sore one on the ankle, but she's okay. She doesn't require treatment. She'll be able to get on with it. So let's see what Mulhouse can do with the delivery. She's got Sternard right beside her. Will she go short or will she deliver? Looks like she's going to deliver. She is. To the front stick. It's a good delivery as well, but once again Frankfurt hold firm and are able to clear and clear well. And D'Angelo decides to go all the way back to El Sharif, who's halfway through Bremen's half. She comes over to the right-hand side. Here's Mulhouse. Good touch. She comes in field to Juliana Wirtz, to Ulbrich, who comes across to Schmidt. And here's Alwa. Now with an opportunity to run at Frankfurt's defence. It's not a bad ball. And again, it's a good delivery. Two players over here for Werder Bremen. But maybe the option was better to try and play Mulhouse in from Weiss. But that one again has been cleared by Frankfurt. Michelle Weiss just unable to take control of the ball just on the edge of the 18-yard box of Eintracht Frankfurt. Mulhouse plays the ball back to Ulbrich. She goes infield to Schmidt. And here's D'Angelo again. Giving herself a bit of room here. It's a good ball forward. Steinhardt's unable to control the ball, and that one will go out for a throw-in to Eintracht Frankfurt. Is Grave battling hard, as she always does for Frankfurt. Nico Anartis in deep conversation with his assistant. I'm sure they'll be absolutely delighted though with the way his team have applied himself in the opening 35 minutes. Plenty of ball possession, efforts on goal, and 2 goals to the good. So throw-in to Frankfurt, just inside Bremen's half. Just coming up to 10 minutes to go to the break. Once again, that's gone out for another throw-in to Werder Bremen. Jana Schulings, 24-year-old midfielder, closing Werder Bremen down. There's Medina Desic, who was extremely disappointed with her performance in midweek against Essen. Finds herself on the bench today. Bremen's experienced international. Here's El Sharif. Here's De Angelo, who seems to have recovered from that knock to her ankle. Here's Lara Schmidt. She's got room to get forward if she wants to. She decides to come over to the left-hand side, but that one's got far too much on it. And that one's been left by Volta, and that will again go out for a throw-in to Eintracht Frankfurt, deep inside their own half on the right-hand side. Volta going long with the throw-in. Here's De Angelo. Volta again takes care of that one. Here's Wirtz. That's good stuff. Bremen can get forward here. She's going to have a go at goal! And that's not a bad effort from just about 30 yards. It's an excellent effort from Sarah Gutmann, the 19-year-old wing-back. She gets her head up. She knows exactly what she wants to do. And that is not that far away. Good effort from Sarah Gutmann. Featured for Austria against Slovenia in a recent international. She's not actually featured for Werder Bremen since December last year, but showing plenty of positivity. So Volta with the throw-in for Frankfurt. Wirtz and Freigang just getting to know each other maybe a little bit too well there. Referee's just stepping in, asking them to calm things down. And that's quickly taken by Bremen. Here's Mulhouse coming in field. That's a good ball forward. Here's Sternhard. She's inside the 18-yard box, but again, Frankfurt close everything down and are able to clear and clear long. Schmidt will need to be careful. Blomqvist is chasing her, trying to make life difficult. Lara Schmidt showing plenty of composure on the ball. But that one's too much from Wirtz, and that'll go out for a throw-in to Frankfurt. On this centre line. Volta over the throw. That's a nice touch from Freigang. Blomqvist. Here's Jana Tulings. Throw into Werder Bremen. Here's De Angelo over the ball. Looking for movement. It's very congested just inside. She goes long. That's excellent play from Stern. I don't know if the referee had just allowed that one to play on. Sternhard was away, but she pulls it back for a free kick to Werder Bremen, just inside their own half. De Angelo goes back to El Sharif. El Sharif plays in Schmidt. She's got Ulbrich over here on the right-hand side, but she decides to go back to Sharif, who now plays Ulbrich into play. Juliana Wirtz making herself available, number 28. Here's Schmidt. Mulhouse. Switching play. That's an excellent ball to Michelle Weiss if she can get underneath it. But again, it's been well cut out by Lewson. But Werder Bremen retain possession of the ball. Not one, but two tug of the shirts. But Verena Vida does really well. And here's an opportunity for De Angelo. She gets her head up immediately. That's not a bad ball into the box. But once again, Frankfurt are able to stand firm. And Dorsen this time clears. Werder Bremen throwing. Halfway through Frankfurt's half. Just coming up to 5 minutes left at the end of the first half. Frankfurt 2 goals to the good. Here's Schmidt. Ulbrich for Werder Bremen, who's forced to go back. Closed down by Lara Freigang. Here's D'Angelo. D'Angelo again. That one took a nick off the Frankfurt defender, and that'll go out for a throw into the home side. An opportunity to send in an in-swinging corner. Let's see if they can get something before half-time to half the deficit and just give Frankfurt something to think about as we edge ever closer to half-time. Larissa Mulhouse, as she always is, over the set piece. The delivery. It's a deep one this time. Alba all alone at the back post. It was Schmidt at the back post, I beg your pardon, but she gets her header all wrong. Vida, I do beg your pardon. Verena Vida getting the header all wrong for Werder Bremen. And that one goes out harmlessly for a goal kick to Eintracht Frankfurt. Frankfurt going long. Anjomi trying to flick it on. Here's Mulhouse. Here's Wertz. Ulbrich. But she gives that one away. And Frankfurt can reset inside the centre circle. Great play from Anjomi. Excellent vision. Plenty of players getting forward, and that one's been cut out just at the right time by Lara Schmidt. No back pass there. And that one falls nicely into the hands of Mariella El Sharif. See where the weather has had its effects on the pitch, looking very heavy inside, particularly the 6-yard box of El Sharif. Looking for movement ahead of her. She decides to come out to Ulbrich. She comes down the channel. And once again, Nina Lewison on hand to clear for Eintracht Frankfurt. Weiss playing the ball in field, and that'll be a foul. Sarah Gutmann brought down. As we come up to the 43rd minute, Larissa Mulhouse in a fairly decent area here to put a decent ball into the box and just ask some questions of the Eintracht Frankfurt defence again. Frankfurt deciding to go with a high line. Very disciplined as they defend the set piece from Mulhouse. And that one breaks for Sternhard. And she's going to deliver it straight back into the box. That's a really good ball into the box, but Lena Altenberg has no problems with that one. The 20-year-old goalkeeper who came up through the ranks here in Frankfurt, Germany under-23 international. So here's Lewison. Coming forward to Mehmeti, gets it back. Lewison goes forward, but that one's easily taken care of by Michelle Ulbrich. That's a really good ball forward, but Sternhard's unable to control it. But she does well to make herself busy and retain possession. Here's Mulhouse. She's going to have a goal. That takes a deflection! And that one's ended up in the back of the net. Werder Bremen, just before the break, half the deficit and get themselves back into the game. It took a wicked deflection from Larissa Mulhouse's effort, and Lena Altenberg could do absolutely nothing about that one. Let's take a closer look and see who actually came off. It's excellent play from Sternhard to retain possession. One thing in Mulhouse's mind, an excellent effort. And I do believe that it's come off Dursen. Let's take a closer look here. It hits her on the hip. It goes up over Altenberg and goes into the back of the net. So in 44 minutes, Werder Bremen with a crucial goal here in the Bundesliga. Her 11th goal of the season. Bremen 1, Frankfurt 2. That now makes things interesting ahead of the second half. Just to confirm that it did come off Dursen. That deflected shot. And we've got 2 minutes of added time here at the end of the first half. Here's Dursen. She's extremely unlucky. She could do absolutely nothing about that shot from Larissa Mulhouse. hitting her hip and just up and over the head of Altenberg. So here's Frankfurt just slowing things down at the end of the first half. Here's Veit playing the ball out to Dorsen. She goes to Volta, but again that one's broken down in a dangerous area, and if Sterner can get a head up here, she had runners, but again closed down, and the referee decides that it was done illegally, and that'll be a free kick to Werder Bremen in a good area here to really cause some damage right at the end of the first half. So let's see what they can do with this set piece. Larissa Mulhouse over it. Conversation with Mara Alba. So Frankfurt will need to be careful here. The last thing they want to do is to concede another just before the break. Let's see if Mulhouse fancies it from here. About 25 yards out. She does, she know. Oh, that is absolutely sensational from Larissa Mulhouse to bring it back to 2-2 right at the end of the first half, deep into injury time. And we've not just seen one good free kick, we've now seen two superb free kicks here on the banks of the River Weser. Much to the joy of the home crowd. She knew exactly what she was doing. That's an absolutely superb free kick from Larissa Mulhouse. Lena Altenberg could do absolutely nothing about that. She got it up, she got it over the wall, and she dips it perfectly into the top corner, hitting the underside of the bar on the way into the net. What a game we've got here in Bremen. And as we speak, our referee Nadine Westerhoff brings the first half to a close. What an absolutely superb opening 45 minutes. Nicole Anjomi giving Eintracht Frankfurt the lead on 23 minutes. Rebecca Blomqvist making it 2-0 just 3 minutes later. And then Werder Bremen getting themselves back into the game. Larissa Mulhouse's effort taking a wicked deflection off the Eintracht Frankfurt defender Dusern, and then that absolutely magnificent free kick to make it 2-2. If the second half is as good as the first half, we are in for an absolute treat. At half-time here in the Weser Stadion, it's Werder Bremen 2, Eintracht Frankfurt 2.
Seite her. Das Team fängt an. Welchen Ball möchten wir haben? Links, rechts, in der Mitte? Okay. Konzentrier dich. Raphael, Wick nochmal. Und du darfst. Das ist auch richtig. Ja, er spielt Fußball. Okay. Da kicken wir ihn erstmal. Duell mit den Ball links. Guck mal, er nimmt schon ganz anders Anlauf. Aber das sieht schon mal gut aus. Ist auf jeden Fall mehr. Raphael, siehst du? Raphael, winkt nochmal. Sehr schön, machst du das. So, viel Glück, viel Erfolg. Aber der ist nicht schlecht. Der ist nicht schlecht, Fabian. Also, ich habe zwar -11 auf dem linken Auge, aber ich glaube, das kann ich sehen, dass Fabian der Gewinner ist, oder? Ja, Fabian ist bei Hausen abgefahren.
Welcome back to the Weserstadionplatz 11 here in Bremen, where we're all set for the second half of this Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga encounter between Werder Bremen and Eintracht Frankfurt. It's been a thoroughly entertaining opening 45 minutes. The two sides heading into the interval locked at 2 goals apiece. Frankfurt looked to be firmly in control when they surged into a 2-goal lead. Their attacking quality very much on display in the opening stages of the game. But Bremen found their response, and it came through Larissa Mulhouse. Her first goal arrived with a slice of fortune, a strike that took a wicked deflection on its way through, wrong-footing the Eintracht Frankfurt goalkeeper and bringing the home side back into the contest. And just when Frankfurt thought they might reach the break still in front, Mulhouse produced a moment of real quality in first half stoppage time. A beautifully struck free kick that flew beyond the wall and into the net to bring Werder level. So the teams returned with everything to play for here in Bremen. And after a first half that had goals, momentum swings and plenty of attacking intent, let's hope the second 45 minutes can live up to the same standard. As it stands in the table, Bremen will go level on points with Freiburg, who actually went above them last night. And Frankfurt will close the gap to just 4 points in Wolfsburg, but Wolfsburg do have 2 games in hand. The teams in and around Bremen and Frankfurt all playing tomorrow. Frankfurt actually, they headed into this game having secured their place in the semi-finals of the inaugural UEFA Europa Cup with 2 victories against Danish club FC Nordirland. Last month they will face BK Häcken from Sweden next. The semi-finals, which will be a 2-legged affair, will be played on the 25th of March with the return leg on the 2nd of April. The final is also a 2-legged affair at the end of April and the beginning of May. But it's all about the Google Pixel Frauen Bundesliga here. And we're just about set for the start of the second half. No substitutions just yet. And off we go. And let's hope that the second half lives up to the thoroughly enjoyable first half that we just watched. So Frankfurt on the ball, and there's plenty of room down the left-hand side. If she can get her head up. That's a good ball into the box, into the far stick. But that one's gone out for an early corner kick to Eintracht Frankfurt. D'Angelo taking care of that one. And once again, it's Nina Lurburn, the left back, 26-year-old. who actually joined from Werder Bremen in July 24, getting forward with plenty of intent. So within the first minute, a set piece for Eintracht Frankfurt, and it's Lösen over it, played onto the penalty spot, but that one's been cleared. Frankfurt pick up the loose ball. Here's Volta, Anyomi, first half goal scorer with a superb free kick of her own. Here's Dursun. That's a good ball forward to Blomqvist. And that's an excellent ball forward. But unfortunately, again, it's just a little bit too much on the weight of the pass. And Laura Freigang could do nothing about that one. And that one's run out for a goal kick to the home side. So 2 balls on the pitch. We need to take care of one of them at least before we can restart the game. There we go. And we're ready to go again. It's a brilliant backing, as it always is, for Werder Bremen here inside the stadium. But again, that's really badly played right at the beginning of the second half, inside Werder Bremen's own 18-yard box, and they've been guilty of making the same mistake again. A misunderstanding between Juliana Wirtz and El Sharif in the Werder Bremen goal, and that's something they're going to have to be really careful of going forward in this second half. don't want to be giving away cheap possession, losing cheap goals, particularly after fighting their way back into this game. Here's Mehmeti over the corner kick. Driven low. Here's Anyomi picking up the loose ball. Faced by Schmidt. And that one's really well closed down by Alba. Here's D'Angelo. Here's Alba, do beg your pardon. And that's well defended by Werder Bremen, who now have a throw-in halfway through their own half. D'Angelo over it. Looking to go long, down the line. She does just that. It's been defended by Volta. D'Angelo again with the throw-in for Werder Bremen. And that looked like a throw-in, foul throw I should say. And the referee agrees. So the throw-in goes to Eintracht Frankfurt. Volta with it. There's Wirtz. Stabbing it forward. Sternhard showing some pace. But Dursun's able to take control of that one. Here's Volta. Flicking the ball forward, but that one's gone out for another throw to Werder Bremen. D'Angelo with it. Here's Mulhouse. Scorer of that sensational free kick right at the death of the first half. Germany international now. So Frankfurt with the throw-in. Here's Anyomi. Nice touch in field to Freigang. And she pulls it out forward to Lursen. She's looking to get forward again. This is excellent play by Frankfurt. And again, Werder Bremen stand firm. And that one goes out for another corner kick to the away side. Excellent play once again by Lara Freigang, who's shown plenty of intent at the beginning of this second half. So a second corner of this second period for the away side. Mehmeti over it. This time she goes on top of the penalty spot, and again it's cleared, and cleared well. There's Alba. And here's a bit of room for Sternhard. She can get forward. And she's done really well. She's now faced by Dursun, and she's gone round Dursun as well. And unfortunately she's just run out of space, and unfortunately the ball goes over the line, and that will be a goal kick to Werder Bremen. But the good run acknowledged by Dursun. Good sportsmanship by the Eintracht Frankfurt defender. Here's Altenberg playing it short to Dursun. And she comes forward, but Jana Tellings is unable to control that, and that will be a foul. It's good play from D'Angelo, and Jana Tellings takes her out. So a free kick to Werder Bremen. 50 minutes gone now. I would expect Larissa Mulhouse to deliver this one right on top of Lena Altenberg in the Frankfurt goal. And let's see if Werder Bremen can capitalise on a set piece at the beginning of the second half. And Larissa Mulhouse does exactly that. That's dropped by Altenberg, and it's been put into the back of the net for Werder Bremen to take a 3-2 lead. It's terrible goalkeeping from Lena Altenberg, who couldn't take a hold of Larissa Mulhouse's set piece, and it fell nicely to the feet of the Werder Bremen player, and all she had to do was just volley it into the empty net for Werder Bremen to take a 3-2 lead. And it's Mara Alba with the goal, on loan from English Premiership side Chelsea. Oh, it's terrible goalkeeping. And all Alba had to do was just side foot it home. From 2-0 down, Werder Bremen are now 3-2 up. So Frankfurt will need to get over that. That's Alba's first goal of the season. don't think she'll score an easier one. So as I was just saying, Frankfurt now need to regroup. Try not to let that really poor goal bother them too much and see if they can find a way back into this game. But what a turnaround we have in the Weserstadion. Eintracht Frankfurt looked, after 26 minutes, in complete control of the game. And now they find themselves 3-2 down. Plenty now for their head coach, Nico Nautic, to think about. Fritzi Krump will be absolutely delighted with the way her team have responded today, particularly after the upset in the DFB Pokal Cup in midweek. She was looking for the perfect response. She demanded it from her players during midweek. She was very prominent in a press conference talking ahead of the game, how it was important that they regrouped and that they show plenty of positivity in this game, and they've done exactly that. 53 minutes gone, 3-2 to Werder Bremen. So Mulhouse with a set piece for Werder Bremen. And again, it's a good delivery, right on top of the goalkeeper. And a referee decides that that's a foul to Eintracht Frankfurt. It's a good ball in, but you can see that Sternhard clearly brings down fight there. Here's the Angelo for Werder Bremen, who are seeing plenty of the ball at the start of this second half. Referee waves play on, and that will be a corner kick to Werder Bremen. We'll have to stop play here because of the collision between Sternhard and Veit, I think it is. Sternhard looks okay. Watch here, you'll see that Sternhard, yeah. And Pia Sophie Volta just accidentally running into each other, but they're both fine and we'll be able to get on with the game. Corner kick to Werder Bremen, 55 minutes gone. We've started the second half very strongly, Werder Bremen, as the rain continues to fall here at the Weserstadion. There's Mulhouse to the front stick this time. Oh, and that one's just gone wide. Again, it's an excellent delivery from Mulhouse, causing all sorts of problems inside the 6-yard box for Eintracht Frankfurt. And that one could have ended up anywhere, but it just went past the post. Let's take another look. Oh, and it's Sarah Gutmann with a header, just past the post. Here's Werder Bremen again, on the attack. But that one's been broken up. And Eintracht Frankfurt now can get forward. Switch of play here, but that one's gone behind Blomfield. There's nothing she could do about that one, and that'll go out for a throw-in to Werder Bremen, halfway through Eintracht Frankfurt's half. There's D'Angelo over the throw. Those fans must be absolutely delighted with the application from their team since going 2 goals down. There's D'Angelo, but that one's been given away. But again, that's really well played from Juliana Wertz. Here she is again. Closed down by Agnome. That one had too much on for Ulbrich. That goes out for a throw-in to Eintracht Frankfurt, midway through Werder Bremen's half. Mehmeti will leave that one for Lösen. That one's been cleared by Bremen. Dusen was careful enough to get that ball back to Altenberg, who's going to have to forget about that mistake. Here's Dusen again. She goes long. She had options over there. Mehmeti leaves it. This time she gets it back. Players inside the 18-yard box. Still options for Eintracht Frankfurt. They have a go at goal, but this time it's been deflected wide for a corner kick to Eintracht Frankfurt. Lösen with the effort again on goal. Now an opportunity for the away side to deliver a decent set piece on top of the Werder Bremen defenders. You can see that the Eintracht Frankfurt players are grouped together. just outside the 6-yard box. Let's see if they split, but Frankfurt decide to go short. This one's worked off the training field. It's bouncing around a bit, and there's an effort from Dusan, and that one goes high and wide and over the bar. Worked it well this time, Eintracht Frankfurt. And Dusan on the half volley, just the ball bounced up just as she was away to strike the ball, and that one went way over. 34-year-old Sarah Dusan, who joined in January from Angel City FC in the US. Rejoining the club. Has been a regular starter since rejoining. Second spell with the club. So here's Albert, showing good strength, but Mehmeti picks up the loose ball. Here's Lusin again, exchanging passes with Mehmeti. Again, options forward, but Anyani can't quite get a hold of that one, and that one falls nicely into the hands of Werder Bremen goalkeeper Mariella El Sharif. Good play from Mehmeti. Running into the space, getting the ball, getting the head up. You can see what she was trying to do by playing Mehmeti and Yunti in, but unable to find her colleague inside the 6-yard box. And that one should be a foul, yeah. So a foul for Eintracht Frankfurt. Deep inside their own half. Here's Dusan. Fist. Mehmeti. Jana Telling's playing in. Good ball there. Eintracht Frankfurt very comfortable on the ball as they try to find space, but Werder Bremen closing them down very quickly, not giving them any time on the ball. There's some with the quick throw into Mehmeti. She comes in field. And again, that's a really good ball to the front stake. And I think the referee has already blown for a foul. Yeah, she did on Juliana Wertz. Bremen headed into this game having won 8 games to Frankfurt's 10. But Frankfurt have actually suffered more defeats than the home side. 5 in total, but Frankfurt have been more dangerous and clinical in front of goal, having scored 46 goals so far this season, and here looks like it's going to be our first change. Medina Desic getting ready. We'll confirm who's coming off. In terms of ball possession over the piece, there hasn't been much to separate the two sides. Frankfurt on average are 55% possession of the ball to Bremen's 50. And that's, you can see why everything has been so tight so far in this opening hour of the game. Not much to separate the sides in terms of possession, but Werder Bremen have started this half much stronger, but Frankfurt are just slowly starting to edge their way back into the game. Half an hour played, still 3-2 to Werder Bremen. So here's Alba for Werder Bremen. Inside her own half, but she's closed down very quickly by Mehmeti. But they've managed to get themselves out of that tight corner. And the referee brings it back for what looked like a cheap foul, but a foul nonetheless. Mehmeti not happy at all with that decision. And I think we'll now have time for the substitution for Werder Bremen. And Medina Desic is coming on. And Verena Weider is coming off. 32-year-old, who's normally a regular starter, 5 goals so far this season. Into her second season with the club, comes on. And Verena Weider, no doubt, will be very happy with her application throughout this game. So Desic, hugely experienced international player, just coming up to shore up the front line for the home side. Walter. Playing it to Veit. With Lawson getting the ball forward. That one's gone straight into touch. Here's D'Angelo over the ball for Werder Bremen. I beg your pardon, it's Michel Weiss with the throw-in for Werder Bremen. And again, the referee judges that to have been a foul by Medina Desic, who gets herself involved immediately. So Eintracht Frankfurt with a free kick just inside their own half. That one's easily been cut out. Here's Sternard. Well tackled by Veit. And that's a good ball forward for Sternard. Dusan came across and Sternard put the tackle in. Dusan had to be careful not to let that one go out for a corner. And Eintracht Frankfurt able to clear the ball. And that will result in a throw-in to the away side. That one goes long. Here's Albert for Werder Bremen. So at the moment, all the play down the left-hand side of the field. It's very congested down that side. Both sides just exchanging throw-ins. We're just looking for a little bit of quality to try and break it up down that side. And once again, the two sides exchanging throw-ins. So it looks like Frankfurt are going to make some substitutions here, with their substitutes getting called back to the dugout. Here's Weiter. Referee waves play on, and that one will come all the way back through to Schmidt, who's got time on the ball. El Sharif will have to be careful with this one. She gets it back to Schmidt. This time she takes up the option to go long. Dusan over that one. That one's been miskicked by Sarah Dursun. And that ball goes forward, but again it comes to absolutely nothing. And Lena Altenberg in the Frankfurt goal. Here's Dursan, closed down by Desic. And that's an excellent switch of play from Grave. Good play infield. Here's Anyomi. She's got options over on the right-hand side. And this will be an effort on goal. It's a good effort! And that's an absolutely fantastic save from Mariella El Sharif in the Werder Bremen goal. An excellent effort from Lisanne Grave. She had one thing on her mind, and look at that for a save from El Sharif. She sets herself, Grave. It's heading for the top corner. That is absolutely brilliant goalkeeping. Keeps Bremen 3 goals to the good against Frankfurt. Frankfurt, though, with the corner. Grave with another effort at goal. This time it's blocked, and it'll go out for another corner kick to Eintracht Frankfurt. So Eintracht Frankfurt just starting to turn the screw here in the Wasserstadion. 67 minutes played, still 3-2 to the home side. Mehmeti this time goes short. That one loops up, and it's rinse and repeat. That'll be another corner kick to Frankfurt. This time I think Mehmeti will just drive it into the box. She does just that, going to the front post this time. And this time it's well cleared by Werder Bremen, who go long. No options up front. That one will come all the way through to Lena Altenberg, who's halfway through her own half. She switches play. It's a really good ball. Good vision from Altenberg. That's excellent play down the left-hand side, as you would expect from Nina Lewson. Showing excellent control as she does. simple substitution for Frankfurt. We'll go through it all for you in just a moment after we watch this passage of play. Frankfurt trying to make something happen, but Mulhouse showing all her experience and composure to bring the ball out of her own 18-yard box. Medina Desic looking for the foul. She's not going to get it. And Duerson plays the ball all the way back to Nina Altenberg in the Frankfurt goal. Here's Duerson again. Grava pulled down inside her own half. And that was played quickly. That's a really good ball through to Mehmeti. She's got options inside the 18-yard box. She's driving. She has a go at goal. But maybe the options were better to have put the ball across the 6-yard box. But you can't blame her for having a go. But that unfortunately went wide, and that'll be a goal kick to the home side. Frankfurt once again trying to make something happen deep inside Werder Bremen's half. Here's Volta. Going for Freigang. Here's Mehmeti again, seeing plenty of ball. That's a really good ball across the box, and unfortunately Jana Tellings completely got it wrong and fired it over the bar. Good vision from Mehmeti, picked out the Belgium international, and she could do absolutely nothing. And sent it straight over the bar. You can see the disappointment in her face. But the score remains Bremen 3, Frankfurt 2. But Bremen holding on at the moment, with Frankfurt creating chances. Blomqvist with a goal, brilliantly finished. She's put in an excellent shift for Eintracht Frankfurt today. But she's been replaced. And Geraldine Reuteler has come on for her. There's an effort at goal, and that one just goes past the left-hand side of Altenberg. From Mulhouse, I think it was. We'll take another look at that in just a moment. But that was nearly the 4th goal for Werder Bremen. Nina Lursen goes off for Nadine Eisen, just to confirm. So Frankfurt with 3 substitutions, with 20 minutes. That'll be a free kick to Werder Bremen. I beg your pardon, to Eintracht Frankfurt. Just inside Werder Bremen's half. Fritzi Kromp in discussion with Ricardo Walking, who'll be coming on in just a moment. But here's an opportunity with an effort at goal from Lara Freigang. It's a good effort, but it's straight down the throat of El Sharif. There's another shot on target registered for the away side. But El Sharif, Should have no issues with that one whatsoever. Straight down the throat. So here's Bremen down the left-hand side with Alba, and that draws the foul from Grave. And Werder Bremen with a free kick inside Eintracht Frankfurt's half. And let's just confirm the substitution for you. So Mara Albert goes off. Just a reminder of the way she finished her goal from Larissa Mulhouse's free kick. Altenberg will not want to see that one again. And Alba, who put Werder Bremen 3-2 up, now replaced by Ricarda Rauking, the 28-year-old midfielder. He's had a bit of a stop-start season so far. Only started 2 games for Werder Bremen this season, but she's come in to shore up the midfield for the home side with 15 minutes left in the game. Here's Mulhouse. El Sharif playing the ball out to the right back. Here's Weiss. It's a good ball forward to Desic, but Desic should maybe have taken a better touch than that. Looking for the run. Oh, Valking, but that one's been defended well. And that'll be a throw in to Werder Bremen. Deep inside Eintracht Frankfurt's half. In line with the 6-yard box. Here's Weiss over the throw-in. Here's Valkling. Going back to Weiss. That one's been mishit, but it's ended up quite nicely at the feet of Werder Bremen. Schmidt. She was looking for the run of Weiss, but she's played that one straight into touch. That'll be a throw-in to Eintracht Frankfurt inside their own half. And that one's been broken up by Sternhard. Medina Desic inside the box, making the run into the front post, but that one's been taken clear of by Dorsen. Here's Valkling again. And that should be a foul, yeah. Brought down by Geraldine Reuteler. Second half substitution for Frankfurt. 26-year-old Reuteler. 6 goals and 6 assists so far this season. Swiss international player, 67 caps. She played in both of the recent international matches against Malta and Northern Ireland for Switzerland. But here's Mulhouse over the free kick. Werder Bremen, all their big players camped on the 18-yard box. It's a good delivery from Mulhouse, and that one's been well cleared, and that should go all the way out for a throw-in to Werder Bremen. It's really good play from Veit. Sensed the danger for Medina Desic, who had just made a little bit of room for herself at the back stick. Yeah, Veit could take no chances with Desic pouncing. Bremen down the left-hand side, but that one's been run out of play by Sarah Gutmann, and that'll be a throw-in to Eintracht Frankfurt. It's Freigang. Dorsen going long. And that's well played by D'Angelo. That one's gone out for a throw-in to Eintracht Frankfurt. Halfway through their own half, just in front of our cameras. It's an excellent touch in field. Again, Werder Bremen able to stand firm, and Michelle Weiss plays it all the way back to Mariella El Sharif. And this time she opts to go long. And that should be a foul, yeah. Just a little bit too heavy-handed by the Eintracht Frankfurt defender. Who was suspended for today's game after getting a red card against Hamburg. Club captain having to sit this one out. But no doubt she'll be extremely impressed how our teammates have got back into this game. That's a good ball! Oh, and Desic just gets a touch. She managed to get it goalwards. And that's really good play, and that will definitely be a foul just on the byline. D'Angelo once again showing her prowess, but watch this ball from Mulhouse. She saw Desic, she just got her head on it, but she couldn't quite direct it goalwards. But D'Angelo was on hand, and then she drew the foul in what will be a very dangerous and promising position for Werder Bremen. Reuteler going in to the referee's book for that foul, so that's our first card of this game. So what can Werder Bremen do here? In an excellent position, a very strong position. Mulhouse over it as you would expect, assessing the situation. Will she drive it? Will she dink it? She dinks it to the front post. Oh! And that one's gone out for a throw-in in the far post. Veit was able to just clear it. Heart in the mouth moment as it looked like it was going to end up in the back of the net. Oh, that could have gone anywhere. And that goes out for a corner to Bremen. 10 minutes to go here in the Wasserstadion. Bremen leading by 3-2. Schmidt forward, Medina Desic on the move. Michelle Ulbrich also on the move, but that's a poor delivery this time from Mulhouse. Here's Walkling, and that one's been cleared by Veit, and that will be picked up by Frankfurt, but again unable to do anything with it. Desic picks up the loose ball, and it's not a bad ball forward by Juliana Wertz for Desic to chase. Dursan showing plenty of composure on the ball is Grava, but that's really loose. Here's Mulhouse. She's got an opportunity to get forward here. Sternad on her right-hand side. She comes in field. Sternad still available. Here she is now, picking up the loose ball after the shot from Mulhouse. And that one just goes wide of Lena Altenberg's right-hand post. You can see exactly what Sternad was trying to do there. Just trying to curl it to the far side, but unfortunately just a little bit too much, and that one goes just wide for Maya Sternad. Good effort though. Score remains 3-2. Here's Mehmeti. And then Yomi was very quickly closed down by Michelle Ulbrich, I beg your pardon. So less than 10 minutes to go. The rain continues here in Bremen, as it has done all afternoon. Here's the long throw-in. And Yomi can't do anything with that, and Walkling's able to clear, and that'll go out for a throw-in to Eintracht Frankfurt. And Yomi making herself available. Here's Grava. Good ball into the box, but once again, Werder Bremen standing firm and able to clear it. Here's Veit. Closed down by Desic. It's forced into the mistake. Here's Michelle Weiss. And that's a good ball forward from Michelle Weiss, showing again excellent composure. Here's D'Angelo. Walkling exchanging passes with D'Angelo. You can see what she's trying to do. Sternad's chasing that one. Altenberg will have to be careful. So at the moment, Frankfurt are dominating the possession of the ball, but unable to make anything count with it so far. 18 shots in total, of which 5 have been on target. To Bremen's 15, of which 7 have been on target, and 3 of them into the back of the net. That's good play from Frankfurt. Here's Anyomi. That's a good touch. Frankfurt just trying to get the ball forward, but again, Bremen, too many balls inside the 18-yard box. Here's Walkling trying to play in Sternad. Dusan read danger and was able to go back to Altenberg. Here's Reuteler. So just to confirm, the next 5 games for Werder Bremen, Union Berlin next, then Essen at home, then they take a trip to Leipzig and Cologne, and then here against Carl Zeiss Jena. So 3 away games coming up in the next few weeks for Werder Bremen. Here's the gang inside the 18-yard box. He's trying to get the ball forward to Geraldine Reuteler, but he just didn't quite get there. Games also coming up for Eintracht Frankfurt against Hamburg, Cologne, huge one against Wolfsburg, Nuremberg, and then a massive against Bayern, the champions, on the 25th of the month. Here's Dursan, good ball forward to Freigang. Bogling gets a foot in, as does D'Angelo. Here's Mehmeti trying to create some room. And the referee's not happy with something that happened there. And that'll be a free kick to Eintracht Frankfurt in a good position to be able to deliver a telling ball into the box. Mehmeti over it. 6 minutes left on the clock. Mehmeti with the free kick. That's a good one as well. Veit got up highest. She's unable to steer the ball goalwards, and that one's gone out for a goal kick to the home side. Veit with a head up. As you can see, it goes well wide in the end. That one's not going to problem Mariella El Sharif in the Bremen goal, who now takes the goal kick for the home side. 5 minutes to go here in the Weserstadion. Can Bremen hang on for a hugely important win, or can Frankfurt get back into the game in the closing stages? Don't forget, if Bremen can hang on to this, they'll make significant movement at the top half of the table. We'll go level pegging with Hoffenheim, who do have a better goal difference, mind you. But Frankfurt be looking to get back into this game to close the gap between themselves and Wolfsburg, who don't play until tomorrow. Here's Frankfurt on the ball. Here's Mignoni. Grava. Here's Frankfurt. So there's going to be another double punch for Frankfurt in just a moment, as they try and get themselves back into this game. And here's a chance down the left-hand side. Got players in support. And that one will go out for a corner kick to the away side. Just 4 minutes to go now, and here's the substitution that will take place for Frankfurt. So Volt coming off, Eleni Markau coming on. And Lizana Grava going off for Naomi Evalia. So let's see what Frankfurt can do. Before that though, we have another substitution for Werder Bremen. She'll have to wait though. Peterman is going to come on for Maya Sternard. The referee pulls that one back, so Bremen can make the substitution. Is the fourth official going to allow it? Yes, she is. Sternard, who's put an excellent shift in for Werder Bremen today. And Peterman will come on. The 32-year-old who only joined in July from Leicester City. She's always been mainly used as a second-half substitute, but she's gone straight into the mix, straight into the 18-yard box to defend this corner from Eintracht Frankfurt. And that one's been cleared by Mulhouse, who gets a deft little touch on it. But Frankfurt still in the ascendancy. Delivers the ball into the 6-yard box. That will break for Mehmeti. She's got players in support. She decides to come infield, and that's an excellent challenge from Michelle Weiss, who stole the ball just at the right time. Here's Wirtz. think she'll be offside, Peterman, but she's not. Timed her run to perfection. She keeps going. She can get her head up. Here's an opportunity for D'Angelo. She's going to have a go at goal. She will. Oh, and it's a brilliant save from Altenberg, who tips the ball over the bar. Chiara D'Angelo doing superbly to make the room for herself for the left foot shot. And Altenberg tips it over the bar to keep Frankfurt to 2-3. You would have suggested if that one had gone in, that would have been game over. She takes her time, D'Angelo, comes in field on the left foot, and Altenberg making up for that mistake earlier for Werder Bremen's third goal. So it means 3-2, just a minute to go now in the game. But what a save from Altenberg. So Mulhouse with the corner. Now into the last minute. Can they seal a victory here with the set piece? That's headed down from Desic, and that one straight into the hands of Altenberg, who's in a rush to get the ball forward. Here's Ulbrich. And here's an opportunity again. Raukling plays it in field to Desic! And that should be that! Werder Bremen with the fourth goal in the last minute. And it's the second half substitute, Medina Desic, who makes it Werder Bremen 4, Eintracht Frankfurt 2. And you can see what it means to the Werder Bremen players. Brilliant play once again. Altenberg in too much of a rush to get the ball forward. Frankfurt striker Anyomi was unable to control the ball. And it was excellent play in the end from Medina Desic, with Lena Peterman, who's only just come onto the field of play, showing excellent vision, unselfish play. And Desic couldn't miss. It's her sixth goal of the season. And you would think that that would be that, but we do have 5 minutes of injury time here at the end of the second half. So Onyami, I beg your pardon, guilty of the foul on Desic. And that'll be a free kick to the home side, just inside their own half. Fritzi Kromp was looking for a response after the disappointment of the cup exit. And she'll be absolutely delighted with her team's application today, considering at one point in the game they were 2-0 down and floundering. What a comeback from the home team today. There's still a few minutes left on the clock and anything can happen. So here's Frankfurt on the move down the left-hand side. Options inside the 18-yard box. Here's Freiling. And that one should be easily cleared by D'Angelo, but it's a loose header towards the 18-yard box. And this time, she doesn't make any mistake of the clearance and clears it well into Eintracht Frankfurt's half. Dursan in a rush now. Here's Veit. Coming left. And Eintracht Frankfurt looking to get forward here. That's a good exchange of passes. And again, it's a good ball into the box. Reuteler unable to take control of that one. And that one's just gone wide. It's not a bad effort from Elisa. Evel, the 19-year-old, Swiss international. Schmidt with a loose pass, and you can see what she was trying to do. She was just trying to bend it into the front post. Unfortunately, for Evel, it's just gone wide. So a couple of minutes left to go now. That'll be a throw-in to Eintracht Frankfurt. Fight over the throw-in for the Eagles. They don't have time to mess about here. They'll need to get the ball forward. Here's D'Angelo. Here's Weiss, who's put in another excellent performance again today. That's a great ball down the channel for Desic to chase. Despite her best efforts, that one's gone out for a throw-in to Eintracht Frankfurt with the clock ticking down. 2 minutes to go. Frankfurt getting forward now. Here's a Verge. Looking for the foul. Wakeling. Does really well. Here's the Anglo getting forward. If she wants to, she can. Peterman in attendance, but that one's been cleared by Eintracht Frankfurt. And that's excellent play from Mulhouse, as you would expect. Again, showing all her experience just to get a foot in and divert the ball out for a throw into Eintracht Frankfurt. Here's Altenberg. Coming left. Here's Veit for Frankfurt. She's got Dorsan available, but she goes forward. And Yami. It's a nice turn. And again, Werder Bremen, in particular, Michelle Ulbrich, showing her strength. Medina Desic, unable to hold the ball off from Veit. And that'll be Frankfurt back in possession of the ball, inside the centre circle. And Ulbrich again is underneath it, but that header's slightly loose. Frankfurt again on the ascendancy, and that'll be a foul. It's a good opportunity now for Mehmeti to get the ball into the box. She's also in a rush, only 30 seconds to go. If Frankfurt have any hope of getting back into this game, they need something to happen now. And Yomi underneath that one. It's a shot on goal, and I think it's been defended, and that'll go out for a corner kick. And I think there'll only be just about enough time to take this corner kick, and I reckon that will be that. Mehmeti over it. The assistant referee not happy with the placement of the ball. So can Werder Bremen once again hold strong towards the end of the game? They can. Mehmeti will pick the loose ball up. And that again has been superbly defended, but it has gone out. And that's that. An absolutely superb win for Werder Bremen today. That takes them up to joint 4th. They will stay in 5th position due to Hoffenheim's superior goal difference. But they've now jumped above Freiburg and Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. A timely result for Werder Bremen. 2-0 down after 26 minutes. But then they changed the game on the sixpence. Fritzi Krom absolutely delighted with her team's application today. And Yomi putting Frankfurt a goal to the good on 23 minutes. Blomqvist doubling the lead on 26. And then everything changed for Werder Bremen. Mulhouse with a deflected shot just before the break, and then a superb free kick to make it 2-2. Alba, after the mistake from Lena Altenberg, making it 3-2. And then second half substitute Medina Desic with Werder Bremen's 4th. Eintracht Frankfurt will remain in 3rd position, but Werder Bremen have now closed the gap to them to just 1 point. Final score here in the Weserstadion. It's Werder Bremen 4, Eintracht Frankfurt 2.